Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hack the Fest AI Bias Bounty Hackathon 2025. I hope you are all doing well. My name is Rajesh Sura. I currently serve as Head of Data Engineering and Analytics for North America stores at Amazon. And I am delighted to welcome you to this session on responsible AI, where we will talk about from bias mitigation to ethical innovation at scale. Over the past few years, we have witnessed an incredible evolution in AI, from narrow use cases to generative models and right now autonomous agents. But with this transformation comes a deeper responsibility. Responsible AI is not a constraint, it's a catalyst for the sustainable innovation. And in today's session, I will walk you through why this matters, how we can approach it in a systematical, how we can approach it systematically, and what it takes to scale AI with trust and impact. So let's talk about why responsible AI now. AI today is no longer confined to research labs. It's being used to screen job applicants, recommend credit limits, predict student performance, and even triage patients in emergency rooms. And while the benefits are undeniable, the risks are equally real. So there have been very public failures like facial recognition systems misidentifying minorities, language models reinforcing stereotypes, and healthcare tools that deprioritized critical patients because of biased training data. So, what's at stake is trust, the public trust, the customer trust, and the organizational integrity. So, in a world where AI is everywhere, responsibility cannot be optional. It must be embedded in the very core of our AI systems. So let's talk about what does it take to build responsible AI. So to make AI truly responsible, we need to ground it in four foundational pillars. Number one, fairness, ensuring the system doesn't create or amplify bias. Number two, transparency, making sure we can explain how decisions are being made. And number three is accountability, having humans responsible for outcomes. And number four, privacy, protecting individuals' data and dignity. And all these four foundational principles, fairness, transparency, accountability, and privacy, these are not just theoretical ideals, they are design principles. Just as performance and scalability are engineered into the systems, so must the fairness and explainability should be engineered into your system design. Understanding bias in AI. So let's talk about bias. Bias can creep in at many stages. How we frame the problem, how we collect data, how we label data, or how we design features. A model trained on skewed historical data will likely reproduce those inequities. Think of a recruiting model trained on a dataset where past hires were predominantly male. It may learn to prefer male candidates simply by pattern repetition. So we need to recognize that fairness is not always obvious and it's often context specific, but that doesn't mean we can't measure or mitigate it. There are definitely a lot of techniques for bias mitigation. Now let's talk about those techniques. Yes, there are powerful tools and techniques to help us build more equitable AI. Number one, pre-processing methods like reweighting and sampling your adjustments, and in processing techniques such as adversarial debiasing, and then lastly post-processing adjustments to predictions to meet fairness thresholds. So we also now has have these open source libraries like IBM's AI Fairness 360, Google's what if tool, along with the enterprise solutions like Amazon SageMaker Clarify. But remember, tools are only as good as the intent and judgment behind them. So human oversight remains critical in order to mitigate bias. Let's talk about governance and auditing a little bit. Of course, responsible AI also means accountable AI. Just as we conduct security reviews or financial audits, we must operationalize AI governance. That means model cards, data sets, fairness evaluations, independent audits, and it also means involving diverse perspectives like legal, policy, ethics, and domain experts. And AI is not just engineers. Yeah, it needs to have a lot of diverse perspectives from all these other departments in order to build a comprehensive governance framework. Some organizations are already forming responsible AI councils or integrating checklists into their machine learning pipelines. And these are positive moves towards systematic accountability. Let's talk about ethical innovation. Here's a common misconception that we have, that ethics and innovation are always at odds. But in truth, ethics always fuels sustainable innovation. Like, for instance, companies like Apple have led in privacy first machine learning. And Salesforce, it integrates ethical use principles into product design. And Microsoft's AI guidelines encourage inclusive learning generation. So by making responsible AI a differentiator, not just a safeguard, we create products that are more robust, inclusive, and aligned with user expectations. And this isn't about slowing down, it's actually about building for the longer term. And moving on to regulatory landscape, we can talk about responsible AI without addressing the regulatory wave, because responsible AI and regulatory wave are very closely bonded. Say the EU's AI Act, which is the world's first comprehensive regulation, it classifies as use cases by risk. And then recently, the US has published the blueprint for AI Bill of Rights and adopted the NIST AI Risk Management Framework. And of course, we also have ISO, IEC standards, which are emerging globally. So compliance is important, but it should not be the floor. It should be the floor and not the ceiling. The best organizations, they won't just follow the rules; they will shape them. Moving on to AI security and safety. Responsible AI must also be secure and resilient. Adversarial attacks can fool image classifiers with imperceptible noise, and prompt injection can hijack chatbots, and model inversion attacks can extract sensitive training data. We need robust machine learning operations, encryption, versioning, red teaming, and runtime monitors. Partnering with cybersecurity teams is super essential. Just as we secure networks and APIs, we must now secure learning systems. And moving on to agentic AI and the next generation. So, as we enter into the age of agentic AI, where the systems that reason, that plan and act, we face new frontiers in responsibility. Earlier, with artificial intelligence, we focused more on rule-based and context-based responsibility. So, but with the as we enter into this agentic AI, where the AI can make a decision for you, for us, we need more responsible. We need to be more responsible. So autonomous agents could optimize too aggressively, misinterpret vague goals, or develop harmful shortcuts. That's why alignment research like rewarding modeling and constitutional AI is super critical. We are not just building systems that answer, we are building systems that can act on behalf of you. So the need for responsible design has never been greater than today. And scaling responsible AI in practice. How do we scale all this? Think of it as an AI lifecycle. Start with the intent, align use cases with values. Number two, embed fairness checks. Embed these checks in data, in model, and outcomes, and document every decision with model cards or audit logs, whatever it takes. And then monitor and adapt. AI is never done. It must be watched and it must be improved. Also, invest in upskilling your teams, not just on AI tech, but on AI ethics. So, responsibility must become the muscle memory across all the roles: product, engineering, legal, leadership, everywhere. And let's actually talk about some of the case studies. Some organizations are already paving the way, like say Google's inclusive images. Like the Google's inclusive images challenge led to better skin tone coverage in vision models. And JP Morgan, they layered fairness metrics into loan approval machine learning systems. along with explainability, helping customers understand why their loan was approved or why their loan was not approved, helping them better prepare for their next steps. Meta's open sourced readability tools, they help researchers demystify the large language models. And each of these examples show that with intention and design, we can drive meaningful change. And what is the path forward? AI is no longer just prediction and optimization. It's about judgment, impact, and trust. So the future of AI won't be defined solely on how smart our systems are, but how human they remain. We must design for alignment, equity, and safety, and not just for accuracy and performance. And we each have a role to play, whether you're building, you're regulating, you're funding, or teaching AI. Responsibility starts with you. So, to wrap up, responsible AI is not a buzzword or a feature. It's a mindset, a commitment, and a design discipline. So, if we want AI to uplift humanity, we must build it with empathy, equity, and foresight. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And I hope this talk has given you some practical insights and a renewed sense of purpose in shaping the future of AI. Feel free to connect, reach out, and continue this conversation with me. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until then, take care and keep innovating responsibly. Thank you.